Hello, 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 my ninja warriors. We are here to do the mathematics PYQs, or you can say topmost questions for your upcoming NEST examination. But before I dive into the NEST questions, the NEST practice session, let me tell you something about the NEST examination. The full form is National Entrance Screening Test. Okay, this is the admission test for your nicer colleges, right? So you know IAT, we did some sessions for couple of sessions for IAT examination. That was the entrance test for ICER colleges, okay, and NEST exam is the entrance test for nicer colleges, okay, everybody. So this is an online examination consisting of 4 sections: bio, chemistry and mathematics and physics, okay, PCMB, same as your IAT, and each section, like each subject, is having 17 questions. So you will get 17 questions in mathematics, 17 in physics, 17 in chemistry and 17 in bio. But here is the twist. Listen to me carefully. Out of 17 questions, 12 will be MCQs. That is, single correct option is there. Okay, only one option is correct. And 5 will be multi-select question. That means more than one question can be correct, same as your JEE advanced pattern. Okay, so 12 plus 5 is 17. 17 each. 17 multiply 4 will give you a total of 68. So in the overall paper, you are going to get total 68 questions, and the time duration you are going to get is exactly not similar as your JEE main, but half an hour you are going to get extra. So 3 hours 30 minutes. The total marks is 200 marks. Let us understand the marking scheme. You are going to get 2.5 marks if you do correct MCQ single correct, and if you are doing it wrong, 1 mark will get deducted, okay. But the marking scheme is different for your MSQ multi-select question because of obvious reason. Multi-select question in the pattern itself is quite difficult, so that is why 4 marks for each correct answer you will be rewarded, okay. All right, getting it, understanding it. I think I need to block someone, okay. I need to block someone. I have done that already. So this is your NEST examination, okay. And also important point to note, the merit list is prepared based on the best 3 scores out of the 4 sections. So you need to choose your sections, okay. You need to be like, if PCM, if I'm sticking to PCM, then you can ignore bio, because best of 3 sections will be your final score, okay everybody. Yes, so I think you guys have already applied. That is why you are here for the NEST examination. Make sure that you are liking the session, because see, such sessions, JEE sessions, get so much of traction, but you know what, NEST sessions, see, if everybody has applied it, they will give the examination. They don't get more traction. So if you like the session, we will bring more sessions, okay. So think about yourself, okay. All right, now let's start. For all of those who don't know me, I am Namrata ma'am, and I have been teaching for JEE mathematics since more than 10 years, okay, in both online and offline. So I am not going to bore you with my introduction, but we are going to start away with the very first question, okay. Let's solve a couple of questions from 2024, okay, the previous year. Let's do that. Then we will talk about 2020, some questions from 2023, some questions from 2022, okay. All righty, let's start, okay. For positive real numbers, A and B, let me increase the brightness a bit. The number of solutions of Ax raised to power 887 minus B is equals to 0. Okay. So over here, can you see that, let us just mark a function. Let us say that this is my function f of x is equals to Ax raised to power 887 minus B. Now f dash x, let's differentiate it, because differentiating will give me the nature of the function, okay. All right, I think one student is saying pattern is changed, okay. What is changed? Do let me know. Alright. Now this is 887 ax power 886. Can you see that f dash x will always be greater than or equals to 0 because of this even power? Yes or no? What does that mean? The function is increasing function, everybody. The function is increasing function, right? The function is increasing function. So this function fx, if I try to plot, always increasing function. So this is an odd power. Can you see 887 is an odd power? So odd power functions graph will look like this. Minus infinity to plus infinity they do it. Okay, just like your x cube and something like that. So can you see only one solution will be there? See, the function is increasing, the minimum value is minus infinity, the maximum value will be plus infinity, and clearly it will intersect your x-axis. So option A is absolutely correct. Okay, 20 questions with only one option correct. Okay. Yes. Maybe I missed that pattern change. Okay. Maybe I missed that pattern change. So students are telling already that you are going to get 20 questions in each section, PCMB, with single option correct. So no MSQ. Very good, very nice, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so we'll be doing only single correct question today, no multi-select question. Okay, thank you so much for correcting. Now the next question, the number of pairs x comma y of rational numbers such that x plus y is equals to xy is, okay. So understand that you are looking for how many rational numbers will satisfy this equation. How many rational ordered pair will satisfy this equation. So for that I have a different technique, x plus y minus xy, okay. Minus 1 is equals, sorry, plus 1. Plus 1 is equals to 1. So or not, no. Minus 1 is better, yes. Minus 1 is equals to negative 1, okay. So what I have did is, I have just subtracted minus 1 on both the sides. Now what I'm going to do is, I am going to take y common from this. So these two I am keeping it together, x minus 1. And over here plus, if I take y common, it is 1 minus x. That is going to give you minus 1. Now from the bracket, I am going to take x minus 1 common. So what I am going to get is 1 minus y, and that is going to be minus 1. Now shift y towards the left hand side. X minus y is equals to 1 upon y minus 1. This is your relation. Okay, this is your relation. Now if I try to see x minus 1, let us put this as x is equals to 1 by y. You know what the graph of x is equals to 1 by y looks like? A rectangular hyperbola. So it is looking like this. This is your capital X, capital Y, capital, okay? Everybody getting it? Yes. Now ma'am, but what are you trying to do? You are looking for rational numbers. I am trying to explain you that what is happening with this equation, okay? Yes. Now understand one thing, that how many rational numbers, y is equals to 1 by x. How many rational numbers will be sitting on this graph? There will be infinite rational numbers who will be sitting in this graph, on this graph, and there will be infinite irrational numbers who will be sitting inside this graph. So infinite rational and infinite irrational. So the answer is option D. Okay, so there are so many rational ordered pairs will be there, which is sitting on this graph. Yes or no? Okay, getting it, understanding it. Now let us move on to this next problem. Okay, slightly difficult level of difficulty, are you able to see? Slightly different from your JEE main. This is not a conventional question from JEE main. If I talk about BITSAT, if I talk about VIT-EEE, these examinations which we have taken session, they were very close to JEE main. But you know what? These type of questions, they include a lot of thought. Okay, the concepts are same, but the question designing is absolutely different. The number of positive integers n such that this equation has a solution. Equation has a solution, right? So equation, this is a quadratic equation. So discriminant should be greater than or equals to 0 for real solution, right? Discriminant. So 2024 whole square, b square minus 4a and c should be greater than or equals to 0. Now one more thing I would like to do. So first of all, what we are going to do is, let's keep n square plus 1, okay, less than or equal to 2024 into 2024 upon 4. So this is 1012 and 1012. Everybody getting it? n square plus 1. So n square plus 1 is less than or equals to 1012 square. Okay? Yes? Getting it? Okay. Now what to do? Now n square I am putting, let me put n square is equals to k, which is a positive number as per the question. N square is equals to k, which is a positive number. If n is positive, n square will also be positive, and that to be an integer. So k into k plus 1 should be less than or equals to 1012. Okay? Alright? Yes. So number of positive integers. 1012 whole square, sorry. Okay, so if k plus 1 becomes, if I put k is equals to 1012, then it will satisfy, okay, or not? No, 1012 will not satisfy. 1011 will satisfy actually. So k is equals to 1011 will satisfy this kya? Let's see. 1011 into 1012 is less than or equals to this value. Yes, it is getting satisfied actually. Right? Okay. So k should be less than or equals to, k should be less than or equals to 1011. Can I write it this manner? Now k, this is n square, is less than or equals to 1011. Okay. The number of positive integers n for which okay, I think I'm missing out on something. N square should be less than or equal to. Okay. We can do it this way also. Hold on. I'm just thinking how to do this question. Can we do this way? Okay. So this is k square. K square plus k minus 1012 whole square less than or equals to 0. Okay. Now, if a quadratic equation is either less than, see, upward facing parabola is there. So I want to check whether this quadratic equation is, where is it, less than 0 or equal to 0. So for that, we need to actually find out the roots of this. Remember, k minus alpha, k minus beta. These kind of things we need to do, okay? Alright, so let's apply the quadratic formula. -1 plus minus square root of b square, 1, plus 4 into a into c. So 1012 whole square upon 2. Okay, k is equals to. I think there will be some calculation involved. Okay, let me do this calculation. This is k will be minus 1 by 2 plus minus square root of, okay. I think we'll come back to this question a little later, okay. Let's come back to this question a little later, okay. I am not able to do the calculation right now, okay. Let's solve another question. Let P and Q be the points of intersection of these two circles, okay. So there are two circles which are given to us, and these two circles are intersecting at the point P and Q. Let R be a point, R will be the random point. Let's say this is your R, which is 1, 2, and they are looking for distance between R and the line PQ. Oh, so this is a very easy question. Now this is absolutely doable question, wherein you just need to know the equation of line PQ, correct, and the point. So how to get PQ? PQ is nothing but the PQ is what we call as a common chord of the both the circles, right? So PQ common chord. How to get the common chord? Anybody? Common chord. So common chord is nothing but C1 minus C2 is equals to 0 will give you the common chord. Just subtract C2 minus C1 or C1 minus C2. So 3x minus 2x is x, 2y minus y. So plus 3y and minus 3 is equals to 0. This is equation of PQ. This is your point 1, 2. Now you know the formula 1, 2 distance from a line. So put this point over here. Distance will be modulus of 1, 2. So 1 plus 6 minus 3 upon square root of 9 plus 1, 10. So that is going to give you 4 by root 10. Everybody? Yes, 4 by root 10. Option D is absolutely correct. Okay, everybody getting it? Shall we move on to the next problem? Okay. All right. So now the question says fx is equals to x raised to power n. Okay. Then we are looking for the value of this. Okay. So one by one, let's plug it now. F of 1 is 1 plus this is f dash 1. So f dash x, if I make, I will get n x power n minus 1, and f dash 1 will be what? Just simple n. So this is your n upon factorial 1 plus f double dash of 1. So let's differentiate it one more time. And n minus 1, x power n minus 2. Just put x is equals to 1 over here, n minus 1. So this is n minus 1 upon 2 factorial. Okay, we are getting it. Next would be n minus 1, n minus 2 upon 3 factorial and so on. Let me just do one thing. See, what I'm going to do is, I am going to write x. In place of x, I am going to write 1. This is 1 square. This is 1 cube, right, and so on. Don't you think this is a binomial expansion of 1 plus x? X is replaced by 1 raised to power n. 1 plus x raised to power n is 1 plus nc1 into x plus nc2 into x square, nc3 x cube, and finally ncn x raised to power n, which is nothing but 1 plus x raised to power n. Here x is 1. So finally you are going to get 2 raised to power n as the final answer. Everybody getting it? Okay. Now let us move on to the next problem, which is this. Now this is actually a difficult problem which was asked in NEST 2024. What is this problem? They are not asking you to calculate the value of this integral. Rather than they are asking you to calculate value of, actually estimated value of this integral. So let me tell you one thing. One by one we will do it, okay? So now just tell me x raised to power 8 between 0 to 1 will also belong to, this is 1 and this is greater than or equals to 0. Can I write it this way? For x belongs to 0 to 1, everybody. Okay. All right. Or what you can do is you can just remove this equality sign also. Okay. All right. Now x raised to power 8, let's add 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1, x raised to power 8 plus 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2. Now take cube root. Take cube root. So if you take cube root, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. Now what you need to do is take reciprocal. So 1 upon x raised to power 8 plus 1 cube root. Okay. Now if you take reciprocal now, then what will happen? See, this is your 1 and cube root of 2. Cube root of 2 value. Cube root of 2. Cube root of 2 approximately will be what? Can anybody tell me? Cube root of 2. So this is 1 by, this is greater than 1. And so this is 2 power 1 by 3 and this is 1 by 1. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to multiply x power 7. So multiply x power 7, multiply x power 7, multiply x power 7. Okay. Now apply the integration symbol, integration 0 to 1, integration 0 to 1, integration 0 to 1. Let's check the sign a little later. Okay. So we are just estimating that if this integration is lying between these two integrals. Are you getting my point? Yes? Done, done, done. We are trying to achieve this integration. Okay. So now you integrate x power 7. So x power 7 integration is x power 8 upon 8 and 0 to 1. And this is your I. And this is again x power 8 by 8 and this is 2 power 1 by 3 is already there, 0 to 1. Now if you solve it, what are you going to get? I will be lying between 1 by 8 and this is going to become 1 by 8 into cube root of 2. Okay. So it will be actually the same. Okay. I will be greater than 1 by 8 and if you solve this, you are going to get, if you put 0, you will not get anything, right? So your integration will be greater than 1 by 8 for sure. Greater than 1 by 8. Integration will be greater than 1 by 8. And it will be less than 1 by 8 and cube root of 3. Okay. One thing I can say, see, this is so there, okay. This is already there, okay. Now, if you need to just calculate this value, but you know what, let me tell you, integration will be greater than or lesser than. Integration, actually you need to change the symbol over here, okay. Symbol will be changed because cube root of 2 is less than 1 now. So if you take reciprocal, then what happens here, you need to take reciprocal. So symbols will change, okay. So you need to change the symbol. I'm so sorry for this. I should be less than 1 by 8. I should be less than 1 by 8, okay. I should be less than 1 by 8. So can you see I less than 1 by 8? And also if you see this integration cannot be negative. So I should be greater than 0 at the very first place we have done that. So option B is absolutely correct, okay. All right, clear, clear, clear. Yes. Sign flip, do you understand why it is happening? See, if I just write cube root of 2, What will be the value? Cube root of 2 is 1.25. Okay. So this, see something, if some number I is lying between is greater than 1 and is less than 1.25, then if you reciprocal 1 by, let's say this is a, so 1 by a, now sign will be flipped, less than 1 and this is 1 upon 1.25. So that is why you can see the flip in sign. Flip, you need to flip the sign. So this is estimation of integration, which is, by the way, an advanced topic. Okay. Now this question, the next question is not that difficult. It is quite doable, I feel. Quite doable. Okay. All right. Rock with Naveen, Monday onwards. Today you will see something, some glimpse of 2026 new series launch, and Monday onwards we'll be taking sessions. Okay. All right. Yes. Now there is this function f such that function is a differentiable and strictly increasing function. Okay, strictly increasing function. So increasing function looks like this. Okay, increasing function, f of 0 is negative. So this is your 0 and this is your 2 pi. See, if f of 0 is negative, f of 0 is negative and f of 2 pi is positive, increasing function, this will look like this, f of x, right? As per this particular information and this information, we have plotted this graph. Everybody getting it? Yes. After that, what they are saying is f of t is equals to this. Now they are talking about whether capital F is an increasing or decreasing function. So let me just differentiate it. F dash Leibniz theorem, f dash x is equals to, using Leibniz theorem, this will become f of t. Okay. Now if I talk about f of t, let us see, there is some x naught. So f of t is positive. F of t is positive for x belongs to 0 to a, and f of t is negative for x belongs to a to 2 pi. Now what is happening if I try to understand what is happening if with f dash x? F dash x, okay, f dash x is positive in the first half. F dash x is positive. If f dash x is positive, that means function is capital F. This implies capital F is increasing in this interval and this implies capital F is decreasing in this interval, right? Yes or no? Sorry, I have written incorrect over here. Sorry, less than 0, right? This is less than 0, this is greater than 0. So it will be opposite. This is not, this is decreasing, this is increasing. Now I will try to create a function capital F which is decreasing in 0 to a. So decreasing in 0 to a look like this, and increasing from a to 2 pi will look like this. Can you see? And can you see over here? This is a minimum value we are getting. So f has a minimum in this interval. Option C is absolutely correct. Very good question on your screen. Very good question. Okay. Shall we move on to the next problem? Alright, the next problem is also, I would say, a doable problem, my dear students. Let's do it. Let function f r to r be the function satisfying this. F dash x is equals to f. The moment I see this, I realize by hit and trial that fx is equals to e raised to power x. Can I write it? And also, by the way, it is satisfying my f of 0 is equals to one thing also. So one function which is satisfying both the things If you are not convinced, then we can solve it also. F dash x is nothing but dy by dx and fx is nothing but y. So dy by y is equals to dx. So this is going to become log of y is equals to x plus c, and y is nothing but e raised to power x plus c, which is nothing but f of x. Now if you just use this f of 0, if you put x is equals to 0, so e power c is nothing but 1, that means c is equals to 0. So fx is nothing but e power x. Got it? Yes. Fx you have received. Now gx you can calculate it from here, which is x cube minus fx. So this is your gx. Now what are they looking for? Tell me, what are they looking for? Let's do it right away. 0 to 1 fx into gx. So e raised to power x cube minus e raised to power x dx. Okay. So let's apply this integration. 0 to 1 x cube e power x minus e power 2x, 0 to 1, this is dx, this is also dx. Okay, so 1 by 1. We have a technique, huh? Let's do with this ninja technique. How many of you can do this with the ninja technique? How many of you can do this with the help of ninja technique? So isolate rule, first, second, okay? First function constant. So x cube will kept constant, okay? And integration of e power x minus derivative of x cube is 3x square, integration is e power x. Now further derivation, so 6x e power x minus 6 e power x, correct? And this is 0 to 1 minus, now e power 2x integration is e power 2x by 2, 0 to 1. Let's solve, okay? So if you put 1, what are you going to get? 1 into e. So e minus 3e plus 6e minus 6e, okay, minus, now if you put 0, this is gone, this is gone, this is gone, this is minus 6, okay, minus 6. Now what about this negative of, if you put 1 over here, you will get e by 2, plus if you put 0, you will get 1 by 2. Okay, everybody. Now if you solve it, you will realize that what are you going to get? Okay. So 1 by 1 will do it. So this is plus 6. 6 plus half, constant term. 6 plus half. See, finally I will write it over here. 6 plus half. Okay, 6 plus half. So 6 to the 12, 13 by 2. Positive 13 by 2 will be there. So option C and D will be wrong. Now if I talk about E, 6E, 6E gone. This is minus 2E and this is actually E square, right? If you put 1, E square. Yes, minus 2E and this is minus E square by 2. That's it, okay? Minus 2E minus E square by 2. So I can clearly see option B is absolutely matching. Everybody? Yes? Okay, getting it, understanding it, alrighty, clear? Okay. Next question, next question, next question. Next question is also very easy. Okay, let's see. Fx is given as this, fx equals to this, then the number of solution of this equation. So this is very easy, 8 into 10. So fx minus 8 and fx minus 10 is equals to 0. So fx can be equals to 8. What does that mean? Or fx can be equals to 10 also. Now fx so you know. So just plug in the value of fx na right here. So x square plus 8x plus 25 is equals to 8. X square plus 8x plus 25 minus 8 will be what? 25 minus 8 is 17 is equals to 0, and from here you will get x square plus 8x plus 25 is equals to 10. So this is 15. If I check the discriminant over here, b square, 64 minus 60. 64 minus 60, discriminant is positive. So from here, 2 real roots will be there. But if I check discriminant here, it will be negative. So no real root will be there. So overall, how many solutions of this equation are possible? 2 solutions of this equations are possible. Everybody? 2 solutions of this equations are possible. Have a look. Let me know. Easy question, I think. This was a doable question from 2024. Now the next question on your screen. Next question on your screen. F of x square is equals to x f of x. Let's differentiate this because see, the options over here are talking about differentiation. So f dash x square 2x is equals to x f dash x plus f of x. Now as per the question, let's put x is equals to 0. What happens? First thing, put x is equals to 0. So if you put x is equals to 0, LHS is 0 and RHS will become what? This is also 0. F of 0 is coming out as 0. Okay, so I think no option is getting matched. Put x is equals to 1 now. So f dash 1 into 2. So 2 f dash 1 is equals to 1 f dash 1 and plus f of 1. If you notice this carefully, f dash 1 is coming out as f of 1. Very easy question. Just differentiate and start putting values 0, 1, 2, 3. Hit and trial. Okay. Okay, everybody. One more question, which was a doable question, which was asked in NEST 2024. Let me tell you. Sum of all the integers greater than 1000 and less than 2000. That means 1001, 1002 and all the way up to 1999. That's it. Okay? Because greater than and less than, so we will not include 1000 and 2000. Okay, so this is nothing but n. Now this is an arithmetic progression whose first and last term we know. How many, by the way, terms are there? I think there are 999 terms. So n by 2, 999 by 2, first plus last. So if you solve it, 999 by 2, n by 2, a plus l, remember? So this is 1000 plus 1000 and 2000, so this is 3000. So 999 into 1500 is actually your n. Okay, so now clearly your n. Now they are saying that if n by x is natural number, so if you divide this whole number, see, if you divide this, you need to divide this by x, and what you're going to get is a natural number. What does that mean? So that number should actually be divisible by, so that number should divide this number, right? So I can clearly see 5 will be able to divide it. And if you try to divide it by 7, you will not get a natural number, not with 11, not with 13, because see, if a 0 is there, if you divide it by 5, obviously you will get a natural number. Yes, everybody? Getting it? Getting this question? All right, next question. Are we next question ready? Okay, next question. So now this question, fx is equals to x cube plus f dash 0, x square plus f double dash 1x plus 6. These type of questions are quite like doable questions. Same pattern, we have done this type of question in JEE main also. What we need to do is f dash 0, I am keeping it capital A, f double dash 1 is capital B, that's it. So now your fx, x cube plus ax square plus bx plus 6. Start differentiating. F dash x is 3x square plus 2ax plus b. Now f dash x, what do you want? F dash 0. Put x is equals to 0. So f dash 0, which is nothing but a, which is b. A and b are equal. Oh, a and b are equal. So that's a good news. Now we want a double dash. So we need to differentiate again. So f double dash x is 6x plus 2a. A and b are equal. And if you put x is equals to 1, you get f double dash 1, which is nothing but b. And if you put 1, 6 plus 2a. And you know what? A and b are equal. So in the next step, what you can do is you can replace it with a. So now finally you are going to get the value of a and b both. Okay, how? So this is a plus 6 is equals to 0. So a is equals to minus 6. So this is also minus 6. This is also minus 6. Everybody, now actually you have got your complete fx. Finally your fx is x cube minus 6x square minus 6x plus 6. This is your fx. Now what are they asking? They are talking about, so you need to check the options. 5f of, now which option should I check? I think we should check this B option, because see, there are high chances, same pattern is there, na? So 5f of 0, f of 0 we need to calculate. So now one by one, let's calculate the values which are required. F of 0 anybody, f of 0 is 6. F of 1 anybody, so f of 1 will be 1 minus 6 minus 5 minus 5. Okay, so if you put 1, this is cancelled. 1 minus 6, so f of 1 is minus 5. F of 2 you also have to calculate. F of 2 you have to calculate. Can anybody tell me f of 2? Minus 22. And now you need to check either B or D. Let's put the value, okay? Let's check option B. 5 f of 0. So 30. 30 minus 5, right? Minus 5. 30 minus 5 is 25. 25 minus 22 is 3. Can you see option B is absolutely correct? Yes? Everybody? Getting it? Okay. Now the next question will be done if you know the basics of mathematics. Just tell me one thing. See, they are talking about what? Inequalities based on 0 to 1. See, when x belongs to 0 to 1, okay, what happens? This is your x, this is also your x, okay? Just tell me, x square or x cube, which one is bigger? Which one is bigger? X square will be bigger for x belongs to 0 to 1. See, if there is a fraction involved now, so the lesser the power will be to over the fraction, the greater the number will be. So fraction power 2 and same fraction power 3, which one will be bigger? 2. Keep this in mind. Now if I talk about this option B, I think it is very clear. 0 to 1 is there, x cube and x power 1 by 3. Which power is smaller? This power. So which number will be bigger? This number. Now integration of that number will always be bigger. So option B is absolutely correct. Rest everything is wrong. Okay. What are you guys doing in the chat box, huh? Next question ready? Are we? Next question ready? Okay, this is the question. Let's see. A comma b belongs to R and f be the function defined. This is your fx, correct? Okay. The function is, if f is differentiable. So if f is differentiable, f should be continuous. F should be continuous, right? F should be continuous. So if f is continuous, then clearly f of 5 minus is equals to f of 5 is equals to f of 5 plus. Okay, these two values f of 5 and f of 5 plus will be b5 plus a. 5b plus a. And 5 minus is e power 5. So this is what we are getting. That is the first equation. Now this is continuity. Second, f is differentiable. Okay, now differentiability we need to check. Okay, so f dash x is e power x, and if you differentiate this, this is just b. Okay, for x less than 5 and greater than 5, and you need to equate it for x is equals to 5. e power 5 is nothing but your b. E power 5 is nothing but b. So now you're getting b and a both. E power 5 minus, so b, okay. So b if you put over here, which is e power 5, so a is going to be minus e power minus 4 e power 5. Minus 4 e power 5. Minus 4 e power 5, correct? Now just put the value and understand what is happening. So can you see that in here, clearly if I check option A, I feel that option A is clearly matching with this information, right? Put the value of A, which is minus 4 e power 5. B is what? E power 5, so 4 is already there. So that will become 0, okay? Shall we move on to the next problem? Next problem ready? How many of you are next problem ready? Okay, this. Okay. So now this is a setup for m comma n belongs to z. What is z? Integers. Okay, z is a set of integers. There is this function which is mx plus n. For different integers m and n, this is your function. Now, what they are saying is for different values of m and n, they have collected all the functions. So, mx plus n. So, m can be 0, m can be minus 1, n can be 0, n can be minus 1. So, we can just put all the values of m and n and just create infinite functions will be there, obviously. If you put m comma n as 0, 0, so function will be 0, just 0. 0, 1, 1, 0, so just x minus x, x plus 2, x plus 3, 3x plus 4, like this, okay? So all the functions will be there. Can you see? Now what they are saying is, they are talking about bijectivity, okay? Now just, let me just tell you one thing. Y is equals to mx plus n. See, if I put 0 and n can be anything, so that will give you y is equals to n, and y is equals to n line is nothing but this. This is y is equals to n line, y is equals to n. And these type of functions are not bijective, by the way. See, because if you put x is equals to 1, then you get y is equals to n. Put x is equals to 2, y is equals to n. Many one function, right? These are many one function. Many one function are not bijective. So how many non-bijective function will exist? Infinite. Okay. Now if I just do one thing, just if m is not equals to 0, then what will happen? So there will be y is equals to, suppose, 2x plus 3. There will be infinite functions of this sort. This is a straight line. And this type of function are bijective function, okay? So there will be infinite bijective and infinite non-bijective function in this set. This, so A option is wrong, कि every element is bijective. No, F has infinite many elements which are bijective, infinite which are not bijective. Option B is absolutely correct. Option B is absolutely correct. Okay, yes, good answer, good question. Okay, all right. Now the next question is from conic section hyperbola. This is a very good question. Listen to this question. Okay. All right. Now let P and Q be the points of intersection of the hyperbola. This is your hyperbola. Points of intersection of hyperbola. X square minus y square is equals to 5. Okay. So now hyperbola is looking like this. Suppose this is your hyperbola. Now what they are saying is P and Q. So this is actually looks like a chord. This looks like a chord, okay? This looks like a chord. This is P and this is Q. Let 0, A be the point where the perpendicular bisector of the segment PQ meets the y-axis. So perpendicular bisector of PQ will look like this. Okay, the midpoint, this will be the midpoint. This will be the midpoint. Yes, everybody, H, K. And this perpendicular bisector meets at y-axis at 0, A. Okay, so what they are talking about is A. Now hold on. Do you remember that concept? Equation of chord whose midpoint is given. Equation of chord whose midpoint is given. Whose midpoint is given. Can I write it? Yes. That is t is equals to s1. H comma k. So h x h minus y k minus 5. This is your t. Now s1, that means you need to put the point h square minus k square minus 5. Obviously minus 5 is gone. So this is the equation which is x h minus y k is equals to h square minus k square. This is the equation of the chord PQ which is already given to us. 2x plus y is equals to 5. So just compare and get the value of h and k. So h by 2 is equals to minus k by 1 is equals to h square minus k square by 5. Okay. Let's just solve it. Okay. So h is nothing but minus 2k from here. H is minus 2k. Okay. So h is equals to minus 2k. And h by 2 is equals to this also. So 5h is equals to 2h square minus 2k square. Now put the value of h to get the value of k. Okay, let's do that. So 5h, okay. So 5h, so minus 10k is equals to 2. Now this is what? 4k. 4k square minus 2k square. Okay, so this is going to give you 4 2s are 8, 6k square minus 10k. So k is equals to 0 and k is minus 10 by 6 minus 5 by 3 is the midpoint, okay, which is given to you. So minus 5 by 3. The moment you put, so h will be from here, minus 5 by 3 will give you what? 10 by 3. So now midpoint you have got, okay, which is 10 by 3 comma minus 5 by 3. Okay, let me go back. 10 by 3. So this point is 10 by 3 comma minus 5 by 3. Now I need to write equation of this perpendicular bisector. I know a point. By the way, one more thing I can know, which is slope of the line. How come? Let me show you. Can you just tell me what is the slope of this line PQ? So ma'am, this is minus 2 by 1. Minus 2 is the slope of this line, minus 2. So what will be the slope of line which is perpendicular to this line, which is 1 by 2. Remember, negative reciprocal. So if minus 2 is this, negative reciprocal you need to take. So now you have slope and this point. So what you can do is you can just write this equation, y plus 5 by 3 is equals to half x minus 10 by 3. Correct? Now this is the equation of perpendicular bisector which you have wrote. Now put x is equals to 0 to get the, because see you want 0, this line is passing through 0 comma a now. So satisfy 0 comma a in this. If you do that, your x will be 0 and y you need to calculate. So y plus 5 by 3 and this is nothing but minus 5 by 3. So this is y will be minus 10 by 3. So minus 10 by 3 option A. And y is nothing but a. So a is nothing but minus 10 by 3. Everybody getting it? Good question. What do you think? Okay. Alrighty. Clear? Shall we move on to the next problem? Are we next problem ready? Chalo, let's see. Huh? And the next problem is nothing from 2023 NEST. Huh? NEST question. Number of real roots. So clearly, real roots means you have to equate this equation to 0. So put x cube is equals to t. Now just calculate x square plus, sorry, t square. T square plus t minus 1 is equals to 0. Okay, t square plus t minus 1 is equals to 0. So now, so this is discriminant. Can you tell me? Ma'am, discriminant will be b square minus 4ac, so plus 4, which is greater than 0. So this will have two roots, okay? So now x cube will be some value, two roots, and x cube will be another value, okay? So now tell me one thing, x cube, so this will have x cube is equals to this, 1 by 3, x cube is equals to 1 by 3, so this will also have two roots, okay? X is equals to one root, x is equals to another root, okay? Everybody getting it? Let's see how many likes on this session. Next exam nobody wants to give, kya? Chalo, one question from signum function we need to do. From signum function we will do. Okay, this is the function. We need to check the number of discontinuities. Okay. So first of all, signum function doubtful points. Signum function. Good question by the way. Signum function doubtful points. Can anybody tell me? Signum function doubtful points. So ma'am, signum function doubtful points will become when, see this is your signum function, I don't know how many of you know it. Let me draw it also. Signum of, see three values you can put inside the signum. First, if you put x is equals to 0, you will get x is equals to 0. And if you put, the moment you put any positive quantity, you will get 1. So for any positive quantity, you will get 1. So starting 0, exact 0, so you will get 0, but 0 point anything will also get you 1. So signum of any positive quantity, so signum of any positive quantity is 1. Signum of any negative quantity is minus 1. So basically, can you see that signum function becomes discontinuous at when input becomes equals to 0. So doubtful points when this x square minus 5 becomes 0. So you need to check for x is equals to root 5 and x is equals to minus root 5. These 2 points you need to check. Are you getting my points? These 2 points you need to check, correct? So now if I put, so f of root 5 is equals to f of root 5 plus 1 is equals to f of root 5 minus. You should be equal. Checking continuity at x is equals to root 5. Let's check. So if I put root 5, what will I get? Root 5 minus root 5 will be 0. And if I put root 5, signum of 0 is anyway 0. So exact value pe you are going to get 0. Root 5 plus. Now the moment you put root 5 plus, so slightly greater than root 5, right? So this will be 0 positive. Multiply, if you put root 5 plus over here, now be very careful. If you put slightly greater than root 5, okay, so root 5 square will give you 5 point something, okay, because you're putting slightly greater number now, 5 point something. 5 point something minus 5 is 0 point something. Now signum of 0 point something, signum of any positive quantity will give you 1, okay, and if you go behind it, then what will happen again? It will be 0 minus into 1. But anyway, 0 multiply anything will become 1. So root 5 pe it is coming out as continuous. Oh my goodness. Root 5 pe it is coming continuous. So continuous. Okay. Chalo, let's see what is happening at x is equals to minus root 5. So if you put minus root 5, f of minus root 5, can anybody tell me? F of minus root 5 will become, ma'am, minus 2 root 5. And minus root 5, if you put over here, signum of 0. Signum of 0 is 0, so f of minus root 5 is coming out as 0. Okay. Now f of minus root 5 plus some quantity. Okay, plus some quantity. So minus root 5 plus. So if you put minus root 5, so this is again minus 2 root 5 multiply. If you put minus root 5 plus something, okay, so that value will either be greater or less. The signum value will not be perfect 0. Signum value will either be smallest positive or smallest negative. So it will be either +1 or -1. Okay, depends upon what are you putting. So anyway, we don't have to know the exact value. F of -√5 is coming out as 0 and f of -√5 plus something or minus something is not giving me 0. What does that mean? Discontinuous at this point, okay? So clearly, this is nothing but discontinuous at one point. By the way, one shortcut also I need to tell you. See, I told you, there are two doubtful points, okay? So the answer can be 2. But you know what, if you look here, so x is equals to √5 pe, this value is becoming 0 now. So there is this theorem which says if the doubtful point is root is sitting outside your signum, doubtful point root is sitting outside your signum, then it will be continuous. It will be continuous. So √5 pe it is continuous. Minus √5 is not sitting. Minus √5 it is not sitting. So it is not continuous. Okay, everybody getting it? Yes. All right, the next question. Very good question on your screen. So we are almost like 3 to 4 questions will do and will be done. Okay. All right. Yes. Let's see. Let's check. Horizontal line y is equals to k intersects this parabola. Now this parabola is intersecting at x is equals to 4 and 6. Okay. So this is 4, this is 6. Okay. All right. Now what they are saying is y is equals to k. So this is the line y is equals to k. Intersect at A and B so that length of AB becomes 8. If length of AB becomes 8, now let me just talk about it. This point is x is equals to 5. And if this is CB, this is your 4 and this is also 4. This is how the symmetry says. This is the symmetry of a parabola. Okay. So now this is x is equals to 5. So this point is x is equals to 5. 5 comma anything. Okay. If this is x is equals to 5, what about this? This is 5 plus 4, 9 comma something, everybody. 9 comma something. Then now we want to know the coordinates of B. Then only we'll be able to talk about C. Y is equals to k. This is 9 comma k actually. And this is 5 comma k. And you know what? This point will be 5 minus 4, 1 comma k. Because on this line, y coordinate will always be k. Now 9 comma k, or you can say 1 comma k. Let me talk about 9 comma k, I think 9 comma k or 1 comma k, both will give you answer. So now put y is equals to k, 2, 9 minus 4 is 5, 9 minus 6 is 3. So k is coming out as 30. Or you can put x is equals to 1 also. So this is 2 into minus 3 into minus 5. Then also you are going to get 30. Okay. So option A is absolutely correct. Okay, everybody. All right. Yes. Let's talk about the next question. Okay. So now this is a question from sequence and series which says that S of n is equals to 1 upon n power 4 sigma. Now if I multiply, what will I get? Sigma, this is L cube, plus there will be some constant L square plus some constant L plus some constant. Okay, this is how it is. Now if you multiply sigma, what will you get? Sigma L cube. Sigma L cube will be n plus 1 by 2 whole square plus some constant. Now sigma L square. Sigma L square. Do you remember the formula? n plus 1 to n plus 1 by 6 and so on, whole upon n power 4. And what you're looking for is limit n tend to infinity is what you want. Remember the ninja technique? Whenever n tend to infinity is there, the form you need to check infinity by infinity. Infinity by infinity, the shortcut trick says that just find out the coefficient of if the powers are equal, what is the highest power in numerator? Ma'am, n into n square power 2, n power 4. Highest power is n power 4. Highest power in denominator is n power 4. When the degrees are equal in infinity by infinity form, just find out highest power coefficient in the numerator upon highest power in the denominator. So you can see 1 by 2 whole square. So this is 1 by 4 upon this is just 1. So final answer will be 1 by 4. No need to do this. No need of 2, 4, 6 also. Okay, they have given you just to like make your calculations tougher, but you can do this if you know the trick. Okay. All right, everybody. Yes, getting it. Now the next question on your screen from the quadratic equations. From quadratic equations. Let f be the function on R defined by. So this is your function. Now f is strictly increasing. So f dash x is equals to 3x square minus 6x plus a should always be positive. Okay. So now this is strictly positive. Strictly positive. Upward facing parabola should stay okay. So discriminant should be negative. 36 b square minus 4 into 3 into a should be less than 0. Correct? B square minus 4ac. So over here we can see that 4 3s are 12, 12 3s are, so 3 minus a less than 0, a less than 0. A should be greater than 3. A should be greater than 3, that means option A is absolutely correct. Okay, and this is greater than or equals to 0, so less than or equals to 0, that's why equality is here. Okay. Everybody, this question was also an easy question. Just need to know that any quadratic equation is always positive. That means which graph? This graph. Discriminant less than 0. So that quadratic equation becomes always positive. Now the last question of the day. Are we up for it? Last question, everybody. Yes. What is the last question? 1 upon 1 plus iota power 2023, okay, is equals to t e power iota theta. Okay, so now 1 upon 1 plus iota, if I rationalize, what will I get? Can anybody tell me? So this is a square minus b square. So 1 square minus iota square, 1 minus iota. So this is 1 minus iota upon 2. So this is 1 minus iota upon 2 power 2023. Can I write it this way? Yes. Now remember that cis theta 1 by 2 and iota by 2. So 1 by 2 cos theta. Can I write cos theta? So cos 60 degree, that is pi by 3 minus iota sin theta. Or you can say cos minus pi by 3 will work over here. Sorry. No, not like this. Pi by 4 actually. In fact, minus pi by 4. Cos minus pi by 4 plus iota sine minus pi by 4. Power 2023 upon 2 power 2023. Everybody, yes? And this is Euler's identity also. You can write e power minus iota pi by 4 into c. Let me write it somewhere else. So this is some constant. I am not writing the constant, but this is e power minus iota pi by 4 power 2023 upon 2 power 2023. Okay. Now, e power minus iota 2023 pi by 4. So, e power minus iota. Now, this is what? 2023 pi by 4. Can I write this as 2024? So 2024 is 56. So 56 pi minus pi by 4. 2023 pi by 4, can I write it this way? How come, ma'am? 4 5s are 20, 4 6 are 24. So 2024 minus 1 is what? 2023. So now cos, see this is even pi. Okay. So this is what you are getting, e power minus of this quantity. So now see, remember 2n pi plus theta. 2n pi minus theta. 2n pi minus theta. So cos 2n pi minus theta. Cos 2n pi minus theta is cos theta only. And cos 2n pi minus theta is minus sin theta. Okay. So this is what you're going to get is, see anyway cos will be pi by 4. And what about sine? So sine, negative sign will also be there. See, plus iota sine. Okay, now tell me. Sine of 56 pi minus pi by 4 is what? Minus sin theta. There is one more minus sign, that is pi by 4. So angle over here is just pi by 4. So it is matching with option A. Everybody? Yes? Okay. All right. And this was the last question of the day. Also, please do not go anywhere, because if you are serious about your next session, like this session has already begun by the way, but wait. Can you see this? Okay. Vedantu Learning Center, which is right away in your city. You just have to explore it, and by exploring, I don't mean just go. Just check out the link in the description box and you will be able to just fill that form. We'll be calling you. Okay. So can you see that offline center will be in your city? Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Delhi, Bihar, Odisha, Rajasthan, Pondicherry, Karnataka, UP, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab. Can you see? Almost everywhere we are having our Vedantu learning centers. Okay. All right. Yes. So just make sure that you are registering yourself or your sibling. Recommend to your sibling. I know that some of you might be done with your examinations. So you might be taking admission in colleges, but refer your siblings also. Okay. All right. Or your friends' siblings also, or your relatives. Okay. So this is me, your Ninja Ma'am, signing off, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.